Hey guys, TehJew22 here, and welcome to the first, or not the first, but rather the 777 subscriber Q&A session. I planned this for quite a while, and I wanted to, well, to celebrate that milestone, but also to answer some questions and just talk with you guys, if at all. And then, of course, we have Chris Clark, who almost always is the first person to show up. But great to see you. So I have to say, oh, and Killjoy is also on here too. Nice to see you. Excuse me. Just had a little too much to eat, but I'm fine. Callum Brockus. Seems like some of the people that are. Anyway, well, it's great to see you guys, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot more people to come. But without wasting any more time, I may as well get into the Q&A. So if any one of you has any questions, fire away. But Callum, nice to meet you. Forgive me, it's a little hot in terms of temperature. It's close to, I think it's like at around 90 degrees somewhere here. But any questions you have, go ahead and fire away. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, I may as well say I was pleasantly surprised from when I last did this, when I had 600 subscribers, and we have the insane one here. But I was so surprised from when I had 600 subscribers that that the fact that I got to 777 subscribers plus, I was surprised. But I have to thank some of the later fans like Chris Clark and Insane One, Killjoy, and then Callum. I believe you just joined in. Thank you very much, as well as those who have been with me for a while. All right, so first question we have: who is my favorite YouTuber? That's very tough because there's a lot of great YouTubers, and well, let me answer one at a time. Favorite YouTuber? I mean, oh my God, that's so tough because there's so many good ones out there. But if I had to go all time for as long as I have been, I would say Slim Kirby would be the choice. I don't know if you've ever heard of Slim Kirby, and also welcome Sonic Crafter King. But yeah, Slim Kirby. That's his name right there. Um, I just enjoyed his stuff, among other things. As far as your match, Insane One, that was last show. I did your match last show, so if you want to see it, go check it out. But yeah, great to have you, Sonic Crafter King. But I might need to get some water pretty soon. But yeah, any more questions? Keep them coming. Was in the what? Not sure what you mean by that. Oh no, it was on the official card. Insane One. So, yeah. All right, here's a good one. Who would you main in Super Smash Brothers Ultimate? That's a good question. Um, and also hello to Greedy Selfish, 97, another good friend. He was there when I had 600 subscribers. All right, let's see. Who would I main? I'm probably gonna go with Roy, but that could all change when I play the game. And when I do, I'll find out who my main is by that point. Yeah, it's uncooked. Insane one. All right, next question is yes, that's right, insane one. Next question is who is your favorite wrestler? There's a lot of great wrestlers like The Rock and the Rock, Steve Austin. Before that, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, and then of course later on with Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. And then, but I think the all-time favorite wrestler would have to be the Macho Man. That's probably what it's going to be. All right, favorite video game. Hands down, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Hands down, that's my favorite video game. I mean, there's other great games. But if I had to pick one, that'd be it. Favorite color says the insane one, and also welcome DJ Curtis. I almost forgot to say hello to you. Uh, favorite color blue, just because I'm the blue toad. Favorite movie? That's easy. I'll type it in. I almost forgot to put the Wedding Singer. I mean, hands down, my favorite movie back in 1998. Even though the setting was 1985, but yeah, the Thousand Year Door is definitely my favorite Paper Mario game. It was your first Paper Mario game ever. Well, hey, it was my first ever too because oh my god. Favorite Mario Kart? For the longest time it was Double Dash, but I have to say it's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That's what I love. And you love the DS version. And that one's good. I think that's Mario Kart 7. But you know something I do have let's see. Well, as far as today's wrestling, I don't have access to New Japan's New Japan or AAA in Mexico or CMLL in Mexico. Um, but I am into NXT, WWE NXT, as well as 205 Live, as well as the UK brand. But as far as the main roster, I'm sorry, it's just no. But I do keep up with the highlights, but I just don't watch the show all that much. All right, what do you think of? Oh, I think you meant to say pay per view, PPV, not PVP. Um, they're okay for the most part, but I still watch the NXT ones, as well as the specials that the UK brand did with the tournament. Fortnite, or I will say Fortnite, hands down, Fortnite. Favorite moment of 2018? Well, there hasn't been a lot of favorite moments as far as 2018, but if you mean like in wrestling, I would have to say the women's Royal Rumble because it had never been done before, and that was my favorite moment of 2018. But we still have the rest of this year to finish here. Thoughts on the band Linkin Park? In the End is one of my favorite songs. I mean, there's a couple of other songs and albums that they have done, but I think I was so I was shocked when one of the founding members of Linkin Park killed himself just purely out of depression. Like I just was shocked. That was one of the saddest moments because because I never would have thought that he would do that, and I was very sad about that. But but I loved their songs, especially in the end. That was my favorite from Linkin Park. Let me see. Hmm. Well, my channel didn't blow up, but I mean, if you mean like in terms of uh, from from when I had 600 to 777, to be honest with you, I was shocked. All right, favorite band slash singer, and it looks like Callum and Sonic asked you the same question. Welcome to the show, Victor Moreau. All right, to answer Sonic and Callum, favorite band would have to be. I mean, there's a lot of great bands out there, like the Who, the Beatles, um, the Doors. Um, who else? Led Zeppelin, uh, Rush, who is one of my favorite bands lately. Guns N' Roses. Um, what a, Aerosmith, and and then Nirvana before Kurt Cobain died, sadly. But I have to think that my all-time favorite band are. I'll just type it in for you guys. The Moody Blues. I loved Nights in White Satin, Tuesday Afternoon, Question. I mean, there's a lot of good songs from the Moody Blues. I could go on and on, but I really don't have all that time. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to the other questions here. Yes, I do like rock music, as well as Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Okay, favorite place to go. Well, what do you mean favorite place to like favorite place to go eat or favorite place to go have fun? Like, be more specific, because that's a little bit too vague. Let's see. What is your favorite line in WWE? Let's see. Favorite line. Oh, favorite line would have to be The Rock's "Know your role and shut your mouth." I love that line. All right, let's see. Thoughts on the band, the Beach Boys. I like the Beach Boys. They are pretty good, especially all their '60s stuff, as well as Kokomo. And I just honestly thought that um, Smile, or the album Smile, that I forget that Brian Wilson was gonna do, and then it was shot down. I kind of felt for Brian, because that was like his baby right there, and that could have you know made the Beach Boys a band of the '70s, but it just you know it didn't go over so well. And hello, Chris Port. All right, let's see. Into rap music. I do like California Love by Tupac. I do like Regulate um, by Warren G and Nate Dogg. Um, and then maybe Ice Ice Baby, and then Slim Shady. But for the most part, I'm not really into rap music all that much. Yeah, Smile and Pet Sounds, those are good stuff. Okay, now back to the next one. My most requested fighter in Smash Brothers. Oh, that's a tough one, because there's a lot of good fighters out there. But if I had to pick someone who's not in there yet, Tails. Tails from the Sonic series. I want to see Tails in there, because I've always identified him. Or I always looked at Tails as me when I was little, and when he was a young cub. Although nowadays he's a grown up kid, or a grown up fox, I should say, and he's become a man. Has Tails, at least in terms of age wise. I mean, but yeah, I would love to see Tails though. No, I'm not a fan of Eminem. I was a fan, maybe. I liked Eminem like early on, but lately, no, no. All right, back to Insane One. Favorite place to go to eat? There's a lot of good places to eat, but if I had to pick something, I would have to pick. I mean, there's a lot of good places to eat, but I'm trying to think of really good places. Um, oh yeah, it's Buga de Beppo. That's the name of the place that I love to eat. Is a Italian restaurant. Very good stuff there. And Sonic also wants to have tails too. Awesome. And then Insane One also asked me thoughts on WWE 2K19. Well, it's still pretty early, but I would love to see. Well, of course, I would love to see the number of people that you can put in a Royal Rumble up to 50, and also to have women fight in a Royal Rumble, as well as war games, and then some matches that used to be in the older games, like I Quit matches, or an ambulance match, or um, mixed tag team matches. I would love to see those ones. As well as the updated roster, have some of the more the UK guys in, and probably put more legends in the game, especially the ones that I have character slots on for WWE 2K18. They already have confirmed Roddy Piper, so I'm happy about that. See, other one. What do I think when Dean Ambrose returns? I don't know. I really don't know. What do you think of New Japan, Ring of Honor, and Impact? Do you think they give out better quality of wrestling than WWE? For the most part, they do. Like Impact, I haven't checked out a lot of. Especially back when it was Global Force when Jeff Jarrett took over. But then after that, I haven't really kept up with it. But I'm happy that Impact is having some sort of a renaissance, and they're doing pretty well. New Japan, of course, with Kenny Omega and all those guys. In Ring of Honor with Jay Lethal and the Briscoe brothers, among others. They're doing great. They do give out better quality of wrestling. Other than, like, if you take out NXT and 205, I would say yes. Favorite TV show? Oh God, that's a tough one. Because I used to watch a lot of TV when I was little, but not so much now. Um, when I was little, well, you'll have to watch Insane One. Anyway, favorite TV show. You had, I remember I used to watch PBS, like Public Broadcasting System, I think it was called, or like I used to watch Mister Rogers. I used to watch Sesame Street, um, Lamb Chops Play Along, Shining Time Station, Carmen San Diego, and then, but I also watched the WWE when it was known as the World Wrestling Federation, Public Broadcasting Station. Thank you. So I used to watch a lot of PBS, and I used to watch a lot of Game Show Network and Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune. I still watch Wheel of Fortune every now and then, and The Price is Right and Let's Make a Deal. But there isn't one TV show that is my absolute favorite that I just go out of my way to watch. So I mean, but I do watch Major League Baseball, like their own network, and I also watch the National Hockey League, NHL, their own network. I like those shows, but I haven't. But there's nothing that stands out as my favorite though. Your match, I believe it was it was the fourth match of that show. Insane One. All right, Brandon Williams, nice to see you. I forgot to say hello to you. My bad. If there is one wrestler that you would like to have a match with, who would it be? Well, it certainly wouldn't be Bruiser Brody because then you kick my ass. But I mean, if we're talking like my character, I would say the Macho Man. You know, because Macho Man, you know as well as anybody that the Macho Man he could go in the ring with anybody. He could go in the ring with anybody and make them look strong and make himself look good in the process. How many guys can you say that about? Like, I would another close second would be Ric Flair, because Ric Flair was one of those guys that made his challengers look good, and as well as make himself look good and keep the belt whenever he was wrestling. So he's great. Nice to meet you, Icon Sniper Gamer. Favorite episode of McGrumps? Oh, that's a tough one. I would have to say, I think it was, I think it was entitled "Booyah Gotcha." That's the name of the episode. Let's see. What do I, what do I think of Brock Lesnar returning to UFC? I say good for him, because that's where he belongs. I'm sorry, that's where he belongs right there. How long do I think Kenny Omega will keep the IGP world title? Or IWGP world title, sorry. Uh, I say as long as Kenny is selling the merchandise, I'm pretty sure he'll keep it for a year. Unless there's someone else that, you know, all of a sudden overtakes him. But you know, Kenny is a money man. I mean, he can make you money, so I say he'll hold on to it for a while. As for how long exactly, I don't know. And we have the Nightmare Swag. Nice to see you. But yeah, these are very good questions for the most part. A lot of good. Yeah, 787. I know it's a little. Uh, we're 10 subs more than we really needed, but hey, that's better than nothing. And great to see Iron Smasher, uh, the internet champion, Iron Smasher. Does no? You know what? You're right. Insane one. He doesn't need the title. In fact, I think he's overstayed his welcome as far as I'm concerned. And great to see the Nugget, McButter Nugget 1. And, you know, I may as well mention McButter Nugget 1. You know, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I was closing in on 500 subscribers. And I remember the time when McButternugget had less than 200 subscribers, if you can even believe that. But I've seen this guy grown from 200 to 2,400 now, and closing in on 2,500 subscribers. So that tells you that he has really stepped his game up and then some. And I'm very proud of him, and I'm very happy to be his friend. I'm just gonna say that right now. But welcome to the show, and as welcome to the show, John, which is the guy's name. Nintendo said they might add more DLC for Mario Kart Deluxe. Ooh, are you serious? And if so, what characters do you want to see? Hands down, Captain Falcon, Kirby, Diddy Kong, uh, and Funky Kong. Those are the top three. Now, if I had to include a female in there, I would throw in uh, Samus, Zero Suit or not. But yeah, you have something to ask of me after this stream? Well, I hope I'm not. Well, hopefully it's good. I hope it's good. Yeah, AJ Styles is a fighting champion. I love him for that. Brock Lesnar and AJ are going to beat CM Punk's record. Probably. Okay. Oh, yeah, Sonic. How did I forget about Sonic? I would love to see Sonic in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That would be awesome. That's another character I kind of forgot about. But then Sonic also has his own game here, and well, I don't know about Crash though. I mean, Crash has been on so many other systems. I don't consider him. Well, maybe, but that's kind of a long shot there. And also, welcome to the show, Gunshot. Let's see. Oh, Donkey Kong Jr. Kind of forgot about him. Paratroopa is another one. Okay. Petey. Oh yeah, Petey was in there. Birdo. Queen Bee. Funky Kong Wiggler. I don't know about Mario Kart Ultimate. You know what? I actually don't mind Rusev getting pushed because, quite honestly, he was getting over with the whole Rusev Day thing, and I'm finally happy that he's finally getting it. Now, I'm not sure if he's just there to be a transitional champion or if they have something really serious in mind that I'm not aware of. So I could be completely wrong about it, but I actually feel pretty good about WWE pushing Rusev. I don't mind that. I like that. But that's true. I would love to see that. But make butter nugget. What are my plans on in the next show and more? Well, I wouldn't mention this if this hadn't come up, but um, I am planning on doing a show tonight unless something else comes up. I was black for some reason. What? Name 5 wrestlers you think in the WWE could be successful in Japan, and why? AJ Styles, he's been there, he's done that. Finn Balor, been there, done that. And then I would say Daniel Bryan would be great because I don't know if he's been there, but he hasn't really done it. So the fact that Daniel Bryan would be going would make it. Oh, you meant to say back, not black. Sorry. All right. Cool. Anyway, back to Brandon's question. And great to see Jared742. I'm doing pretty well today. Or back to answering Brandon's question. Daniel Bryan, I think he would be successful just because of his because of his run, really. Um, and then let's see the other two. I would say I'm not sure actually, to be honest with you. But that's about as far as I'll go with it. Let's see. But I'm doing pretty well today, Jared. I'm very happy to be celebrating this event, and I'm happy to celebrate it with you guys. I'm just saying. Let's see. Bullet Club. I like the Bullet Club. I think it's probably the best thing since the NWO. Oh yeah, Seth Rollins would also do pretty well in Japan. Of course, he has to speak Japanese or have some translator there. I'm doing pretty well, Wolfpack. Let's see. My least favorite YouTuber. Well, I mean, there's a lot of favorite YouTubers, but if I had to pick someone who was my least favorite, oh my god, I really can't say who my least favorite is because it would just kind of be of an insult, to be honest with you. My least favorite. Now, I mean, if you ask me who my most worst hate, yeah, thank you, outright worst YouTuber. I'm sorry, Paul Brothers. Sorry. Do I think the Young Bucks are the best tag team in the professional wrestling today? You know, I think they are, but there's a lot of other teams that could uh challenge that. I mean, you have. I mean, let's think about this. There's the Undisputed Era in NXT. Like you could put any combination of them. Doesn't matter if it's Roderick Strong, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, as well as Adam Cole. You could take any two of those guys, or any two of the four guys that I mentioned from Undisputed Era, and I would think that they would be as good, if not better, than the Young Bucks. I'm sorry. I mean, there's a lot of other ones, like what is it, the New Day? Except the New Day's more of a character-driven team. But if you're talking skill, I would think that the Undisputed Era would be the top team as far as challengers to the Young Bucks. But I think the Young Bucks, they are one of the best. And of course, everybody agrees that the Paul brothers suck. There's no doubt about that. Insane One asked me favorite WWE of all time, as well as my first WWE game. My first WWE game was WrestleMania 2000, but favorite WWE game? Oh god. All time. I'm trying to think. All time favorite game. I'm trying. Legends of Wrestling 2. I mean, sure, it may not have as much as say the WWE games nowadays, but for what it had, it was pretty good. Legends of Wrestling 2. It was my favorite all time, but if you mean WWE game, I would say the 2010 version of it. That was my favorite there. Yeah, New Day would do well in Japan, of course. Let's see. Do I like what? COKC? What does COKC mean? Unless you meant to say Coke. I mean, because if you mean like Coke as in cocaine, no. But if you mean Coke as in the soda Coke, I like Coke, the soda. Awesome. Oh yeah, and how did I forget No Mercy? I liked No Mercy. I love Mr. Marshmallow. No. Just no. I'll let that slide, but don't say it again. But no. I don't like I mean if you mean like a peacock, yes. If you mean like a chicken or a rooster, yeah. I like the animals, but not that kind. Dude. Anyway, if I was offered a contract from WWE or New Japan, which one would I choose? Probably the WWE. Although, unless I can get a translator to help me with New Japan, then I'll go with New Japan. It depends on the situation. And plus, I mean, if I'm just some guy off the street that they offered it to, I'm probably gonna go with WWE. Uh, but yeah, per the worst Paul song in your opinion, all of them, they all suck. Well, of course, it's every day, bro. Yeah, I hate that. That's one of my least favorites. Exactly. That the. But then again, that's why I have them in, and by them I mean the Paul brothers as part of my wrestling series, because then everybody can beat up on them. So they're like the two guys that people universally hate, and you have to have someone like that. And it just so happens there's two of them like that. But yeah, not a bad deal though. What wait, what OS? Wait, what's an OS? Where did you get TehJew22? Well, I am TehJew22, but if you mean like my name, then yeah. Gino or Mallow from Mario RPG? Uh, I'll say operating system. Um, well, as far as Gino, I think I like Mallow a little bit better. Mallow is one of my favorite. Because I can again see a lot of myself in Mallow when I was just a little kid. Operating system, like as in a phone. Like if you mean like a phone, then I can answer that better. Favorite fighting game? Super Smash Brothers, the entire series. Let's see. How did I get into Much Games Guides and Insomnia game? Well, it's kind of a long story. Oh, Apple. I have Windows to answer that one. So yeah. What kind of music am I into? I am definitely into a lot of music. More so the rock, pop, and R&B stuff. Throughout. I mean, we're talking like 1955 to 82, but I mean there were other great songs before and after that. But those are like some of my favorite songs within that time period, though. All right, so to get back to your question, McButternugget one, I got into Much Games Guides. Uh, I did not even ask to get in. I was just talking to Cole and Colette, and I asked. Well, actually, I didn't even ask. They asked me if I was interested in joining Much Games Guides, and I was like, "Well, are you serious?" And they said yes. And I said to them, "Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you." And then in Insomania Game, on the other hand, was a group that we started, that I was a part of from its inception. So I was one of the founding members of that. So there you go. There's your answer right there. Favorite first person shooter. Uh, I'm not sure about that one because I don't play a lot of shooters, so I can't answer that really. To be honest with you. Let's see, and also welcome to Moogle Fantasy, Chakoi, and among others. Octopath Traveler. I've heard a lot of good things about that game. And he says it's the funnest RPG I've played in a long time. All right, you know what? I'll definitely check that out there. Just here to watch my boy answer some hard-hitting questions. Well, keep them coming. I'm gonna just keep going. Favorite video? Oh my God, there's a lot of favorite videos. I think the favorite would have to be of. I mean, I have a lot of favorites there, but one of my favorites was from H.C. Bailey, from one of his old LPs of Final Fantasy II. But I mean, it's in my favorites though. I have Overwatch. I just haven't really played it yet. So yeah, I've been busy with my job and as well as doing all those streams among other things. I mean, I could take a break from all that and play Overwatch, but I should also take some time to play other things here. They did some clever things with the game. Oh, Octopath Traveler. Like the story branches aren't separated into their own thing. You can basically meet up with the other travelers and add them to your party while learning about their backstory. That's good to have, those many characters all, at the very end come together. That's a great thing. It's not like, you have to pick 8 separate characters and then just play their arcs. But I think that's a great idea though. Have I ever received any bad comments, and if so, what was the worst? I think one time I got this one bad comment. It was such a long time ago. The story progression is only based on the character you choose for the main story. Ooh, awesome. Which is really clever of Square to do. Awesome. But back to the bad comments. I think the worst comment uh, that I ever received was when, I think it was a Holocaust joke. I think it was because, you know, of the Jew surname in my name, and someone said that my videos were so bad that I should quote unquote eat crap and kill myself. That was the worst comment that I've ever gotten. I mean, of course, all I really did was block them, but I mean, it was the worst comment that I've ever gotten, sadly. Just recently came on these videos again, but what do you think of Dark Newfie Bongo? Oh yeah, that was a storyline that I did, but the only reason I ended it sooner than it should have was the fact that there was really no momentum behind it. So I just was like, just get rid of it. It's not a big deal. But yeah, but Newfie Bongo, the real guy, the YouTuber of the same name, Newfie Bonga, he was one of the guys that inspired me to do Let's Plays. And this was long before I was doing streams and all that stuff here. The worst shit I've seen are just people making fun of how I sound. People act like I'm not aware, like I sound like a nerd with a thing stuck up their nose. Notice how I didn't even say it because I'm not even going to say that. So the Dark Newfie Manga character was a fake, of course, but the real guy is real. That's if you wanted a little bit of clarification, then yeah, the Dark Newfie Manga character was a fake. Yes. And yeah, there was a fake one before that uh, on YouTube, but yes. But I mean, but as far as Moogle is concerned, well, that is how you sound. I mean, I can't control how I sound, and I can't control what Moogle sounds like. I can't control what John, Sonic, and all the others, or even Insane One, because I mean, we all sound different. It would just be stupid for all of us to sound the same. Like we're not a bunch of robots here. But yeah, favorite Smash game. Oh god, that's a tough one. I would have to say, surprisingly, Brawl, because Melee was pretty good. The original was the one that started it all, and I enjoyed that game, and I enjoyed the Wii U version a whole lot. But Brawl, I think what stood out with Brawl was the fact that, well, it was really the last Smash game not to have any DLC. In the sense that you had to play the main storyline game of Subspace Emissary in order to unlock all the characters, because otherwise you would have to play a bunch of Smash games in order to do so. But Brawl is to date my favorite Smash game, but that could all change when we get to Ultimate. But I mean, I try to be, the thing is, when it comes to politeness, it's just the way I am. Because I think a wise man once told me that, you know, you are who you treat others. Or rather, it's uh, you treat people the way you wish to be treated. That's what I was trying to get at. Sorry, but that's just how I am. You know. But believe me, if I get angry, I will roast you. I mean, it really depends on what is said to me, but I try not to get too angry. And if I do get angry, it's justly so. Jets will be so happy that you said that. Well, I'm just saying it because it's, my opinion. I mean, Jets has his own opinion, and among others. Thanks, Thomas. Wait, who's Thomas? But yeah. Wow. Just want to thank you guys for answering a bunch of good questions here. I appreciate that. Oh, Thomas sub to you. Okay. Wait, Thomas. Who's Thomas? I mean, unless you mean like Thomas Mug. I can't even pronounce his last name. But I think if it's that Thomas, then I could see that. So cool. But let's see. I'm trying to think. Well, one thing I'm really hoping for as far as later on this year, I really hope that. Oh, to answer that later on, uh, I really hope they add uh, an application for the Nintendo Switch so that you can uh, stream directly to YouTube through your Switch. That would be awesome. Excuse me, I had a little bit of gas there. Oh, Thomas. Oh, yeah. Okay, that Thomas there. All right. So, do I hate it when people spam? Of course I do. And most especially when they do it repeatedly and it just gets me. I'm like, come on, are you serious? I'm like, there are some things that people spam that I just can never understand. Well, did you watch the match, Insane One? Because he wasn't the champion going in. Oh, you did. Okay. No, he won the match, but he did not win the title because it was a count out. So more likely than not, you might have a rematch. But I think it probably will happen before the pay per view because the championship will be defended in a elimination chamber since that's going to be the next super show involving you guys. So that's what has happened there. Okay, TJ, what is the best food you've ever eaten? Wow, that's a tough one. Um, I would have to say Red Lobster's Cheddar Bay biscuits. Those are pretty damn good. I love Red Lobster's Cheddar Bay biscuits. They are so damn good. I mean, if you ever get a chance to go to Red Lobster, do try the biscuits. They are that damn good. Do I have an opinion of the John Cena memes? I love the memes actually, especially when I get to do the and his name is John Cena thing. I love that. I love that. And Jacoy asks, what made me like the WWE? Well, back when it was known as the World Wrestling Federation, um, to be honest with you, I stumbled upon it by accident. I was watching Red Lobster's shrimp fettuccine is god tier. You know what? I'll try that, Moogle. But anyway, to answer Jacoy's question, I was just, looking through the channels to see if there was anything good. And then I stumbled upon WWE back when it was known as the World Wrestling Federation. And uh, I watched it and I was like, whoa, this is awesome. And I mean, and these, and of course, it helped that I thought, what was happening was real. And I was like, I mean, it was just, it was balls to the wall. It was over the top. It was, I guess you could say, as Michael Jackson put it, it was off the wall. And I loved it for that. I mean, Of course, over the years, it became less and less so, and now it's not so much, except for NXT and 205 Live. But even so, I really loved it, and that's what I loved about the WWE back then. So I'll definitely try that shrimp fettuccine, though. Do I want Nintendo to create a Paper Mario game that is the style of Thousand Year Door? Oh, hell yeah, I would love to see that. I want them to do that. But the problem is, we can't control what the developers want. Now we can write letters, we can send a bunch of letters, we can send a bunch of tweets, things like that. But of course, it's up to them to make the game. But if they do that, I said doo doo. Shoot. Oh boy. I think I just opened my mouth and I said doo doo. So, you know what that means? That means I get this. Yep, I get the bankrupt. Do I think Nintendo got a big future in video? What do you mean by that? Like video making, or like do they? I don't know. Be more specific on that one. But yeah, I would love to see a Thousand Year Door type Paper Mario game. I would love to see that. Oh, and video game. Well, of course they do. Of course they do. Insane One. As long as they give the fans what they want, as long as they give them games that are innovative, and as long as they give them games that that the people want. Like one of the things I would love to see as far as Nintendo would be like when I saw uh Mario Party, Super Mario Party for the Switch, I was ready to get that game, except when I looked at it very closely as far as like one of the things I really want is to play Mario Party online with my good friends like Moogle Fantasy and Jazawa Toad. Uh, who else am I forgetting? Dragon Ball Z X4X. Like some of those guys. Like I would love to play Super Mario Party online, but when I saw that you can only do it with, like, say, for example, just mini games and not the boards themselves, that was kind of a turnoff. But if they did do that, hell yeah, they would do that. But I think it would just be awesome to do that. Awesome. How would you react if Nintendo purchased Sega? I thought they already did do that. How am I forgetting about you guys? Well, anyway, how do you tell the fans when you upload? Well, when they click the bell, like when they have, let's see. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can also play with McButternugget, Jacoy, Sonic, Iron Smasher. I'm sorry about that. My bad. I didn't know what you meant by that. But yeah, I can also include you guys. I don't know who else has a Switch, but I would love to play Mario Party online. It's just they haven't stated that they would put online play for the boards and not just the games, like the mini games. But that was kind of a huge missed opportunity, and if they had followed through on that, yeah, I would have gotten my hands on that game. But until they do that, or if they make another Mario Party game and they add that as a feature, oh hell yeah, I will buy that. But yeah, but as far as when do I tell fans when I upload, I do put out notices on Twitter, but most of the time it's I hit the or not I rather they anyone who's subscribed to me would hit the notification bell so that way when I go live or when I upload a video, they can watch it. So that's how it works. And when I uploaded every day this past week, I was uploading my Super Smash Brothers that I've done in backlog. So that's what I did. And welcome back, John, aka McButternugget1. Awesome. Let's see. I'm trying to think of other things to talk about. Let's see. Oh no, I do work in the summer. In fact, I'm still working in the summer right now. Let's see. Last night I spent 2 hours editing the Fortnite playground videos for today. And of course, if you're interested in Fortnite or even online multiplayer games, if you're interested in watching things like that, do check out McButternugget1. Does great content, and I already got a couple of compliments from Blazed Radio, who is the owner of LTD Wrestling, and he has stated that McButternugget's videos are off the hook. So I have a lot of good compliments from other people outside of our usual circle of friends there that have mentioned McButternugget. So awesome. Almost got a solo win. Favorite main series in the Mario games? There's a lot of good games, but I have to say uh Super Mario 64. The music's great. It was the first 3D Mario game and it worked so well. I loved it. I mean, I loved it. It was awesome. And not a problem, John. I appreciate. Not a problem. I just wanted to point that out there. Well, my job to I work at a municipal utility firm, and we provide electricity slash energy. Like it doesn't have to be electricity, but it's also solar, wind power, anything that we can provide, like in terms of energy. That's what I do, and I don't work as the guy that installs the technology. I work as the guy that works in accounts payable. So I work in the accounting firm of that, the accounting side of that firm. So that's what my job is. Let's see, I might stream Sonic Mania tonight. Awesome, awesome. Who knows? Maybe you might be able to show me how to beat the boss because I just can't beat the damn boss. Because the thing I hate about that boss is it's not just the boss itself, but it's even getting to the boss. That's the one thing that just kills me every time. So I might decide to. I might as well answer another question that McButter might, McButternugget1 might have wanted to ask me was what is your next video? Well, another thing I could do, that would be the final boss, by the way, Sonic Crafter King. So I might decide to do uh, the Mega Man 10 in conjunction with Sonic Mania until I can finally beat that damn boss. So that's my plan anyway. Moving on as far as the Gaming Odyssey. So that's what it's going to be. And I got a new subscriber. Awesome. Did you know Europe and the West Coast are similar? No. Did not know that. Yes, I'll be playing Mega Man 10, but it will be on the Gaming Odyssey. Uh, in fact, McButternugget1, if you like, you can give Moogle Fantasy and anybody else that wants to check out the Gaming Odyssey that want to see that. Well, actually, I had already planned that interest in Mega Man already, and plus I've done Mega Man. I've beaten the game myself uh, before, so I know I can beat that game. So awesome. Well, I'm happy that I answered any questions I might have had that McButternugget One might have had. So cool. So I'll try to beat that boss, and if I do, great. I'll finish it up and and go from there. But yeah, there's the channel. There's the channel to the Gaming Odyssey. So if you want to check that out and check not just me, but also check out John, uh, Jacoy, um, who else? Toe the Gamer, Fries 101 Reviews, Flaming Kong, uh, yours truly, among other people. But yeah, I'm gonna be playing Mega Man 10 soon for my marathon. I just have to record the 5 other games first. Yeah, because McButternugget, or excuse me, not McButternugget, sorry, Moogle is doing a marathon of Let's Plays in which he is playing the Mega Man games. And if you want to check those out, do check out Moogle Fantasies channel. And also check out Sonic Crafter King's channel. If you want to know more information or would like to talk to him about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, since he's really into that game, so if you're into that, do check out Sonic Crafter King. Also, Insane One also does streams of, uh, well, his main game would have to be Fortnite, so do check him out. All right, let's see. Next question is being a YouTuber hard? Let's see. Oh yeah, that's his current Let's Play on the Gaming Odyssey, which is the original Super Mario Galaxy, and he says he has 3 parts left. Awesome, cool, cool. But to answer your question, yeah, it's tough because when you first start out, you don't know a lot of people. Um, you don't know a lot of people, and not a lot of people know you. But if you go and but it's but if you attend streams, if you attend other people's streams, or if you watch other people's videos, at some point they're going to notice you, and while at the same time you have to put yourself out there. You have to, make your own videos, and if somehow you get discovered, that's even better because you didn't have to do much to do it. So yeah, it's hard to start out with. Wait, what? Oh, I, it will be a Homer's Odyssey, I think. I don't know, an Odyssey. I don't know what it is. Forgive me. What I anyway. But to answer back to the is being a YouTuber hard? It's hard to start out with, but once you get some momentum on your side, once you find people uh, that have an interest in you, and of course it helps to make friends. If some of them are on Facebook, Twitter, if you can make friends, then your friend will talk about you for their friends and so on and so forth. So so in order to get around, you got to make friends, and you also have to show support towards your friends, and of course you have to come up with some good content too, if it helps you. And I mean, it is hard, but once you get going, it's well worth it. So I will say that. Still got Final Fantasy 9 and Nino Kuni to record. Also good stuff to watch from Moogle Fantasy. I live in a I don't want to say my house is so small, but it's definitely not a big house. So it's a relatively small house, but it's big enough for me. So it's you know it's big enough for me so that way I can go get around, but also small enough to where I'm not paying an extra $1,000 or however much it costs for per square foot that it would cost for a big house. So you know, so yeah, it's a small house. It's a 1-story house. It's a 2-bedroom house because it has my bedroom and a extra bedroom for any of my guests. So as well as an extra storage room, among other things. So that's what my house has. So good question though. Let's see. Trying to think of other stuff to mention. Hmm. Oh yeah. Um. Oh, awesome. Well, thank you very much, Sonic. And you might have to pull me to the side, or maybe I can just watch your stream. And I guess maybe it's better to see you do it than to talk to you about it. I guess I don't know. I've been in California all of my life. I've I've been in California since the day I was born. So I love there are some things I may not like about California, but I love California for the most part. Because California has some beaches, they have wonderful mountains, a valley, and some very good cities. And I love California. Let's see. Do I have any plans for my next TehJew22's shoes video? Oh, hell yeah, I do. I certainly do. Let me get my thing. Oh, right, here it is. Here it is. So I have oh, I did it. Okay. So yeah, I have several on the way. I just haven't gotten around to it, just cuz I'm trying to do a lot of stuff here. But as far as TehJew22 Talks video, that's still a little ways away as well. And my brother from another mother, Jason RPG. My brother from the other side of the pond. Great to see you, my friend. But yeah, I have been to Florida for a vacation, but I haven't been there since 2005, so it's been a while. So yes, Jason is here. So I'm very happy to have you guys. And I noticed people are starting to call me TJ. So I'm doing pretty well, Jason, and I'm just I mean I've had some tough times, but I'm doing pretty well these days. Um, I mean honestly, it could be better, but for what it is, I'm happy. So thank you very much, Jason. And here's another guy that does RPGs himself. Of course, he has been on quite a bit of a hiatus, mainly because of um, he does go to a major university, does Jason RPG, but right now he's on holiday himself. But yeah, TJ is a nickname that I figured. I guess some people just can't say to Jew, and they would rather they call me TJ. And a lot of people started calling me TJ, most especially when I was on Blazed Radio's show. They called me TJ, and that's practically what it is. And I don't mind that very much. McButternugget one, and so well, thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you, Iron. I mean, you guys are awesome, you know. But not a lot of YouTubers would say this, but or maybe they do. I don't know. But I wouldn't have made it this far without you guys. Without you, there is no me. So I just want to say thank you to every single one of you. Unless you have any more questions, throw go for it. But I know that Jason just came in, so I'm pretty sure he has quite a bit of questions himself. But I just want to say thank you guys for helping me get to where I am today, and I just want to. I would like to hope that if you're watching this in the future, yeah, I call you Moogle just because I mean, yeah, I do know your first real name, but I just think it's a little disrespectful to call you by your first real name. So that's why I just call you Moogle. So yeah, Moogle's an awesome guy. But well, let's see. Oh, let's see. My mains in the Smash game so far, or what are my mains in every Smash game? In Super Smash Brothers 64, Kirby. In Melee, I will say in Melee it would be Kirby again. In Brawl, Marth. In Super Smash Brothers Wii U, because I didn't have the DS version, uh, Roy. Once he came out as a DLC, that was my main. As for this coming game, that's still to be determined. But good question though. And Insane One says that he thinks he's or excuse me that he thinks that I will hit 100 subscribers. Well, you know what? I don't doubt that one bit, but I won't be able to do it without you guys. That's what it will be. Now, Jason asked me what my fondest memory of the 1990s was. Okay, I have to say that Young Link and Ultimate, awesome. I love that. Anyway, my fondest memories have to be watching Nickelodeon, Disney Channel as it used to be back in the 90s, uh, uh, PBS like with Mr. Rogers, uh, Sesame Street, Lamb Chops, and then the Saturday morning cartoons that they used to do back in the day. Um, and then let's see what else. Probably as well as the Nintendo 64 when it first came out. And that was my first real introduction to video games at the time because before I really didn't care about them all that much, but Nickelodeon was the best back then. It was amazing. Like with Nickelodeon, I mean, you had Ren and Stimpy, you had the Rugrats, you had the Thornberrys, which was later in the decade, SpongeBob in the final year of that decade, which would go on to be the only thing that was good about Nickelodeon for a time. Um, what else? The game shows like Double Dare, which I'm happy that. Now, one thing I am happy about today is that they brought back Double Dare with the original host, Mark Summers, but it was so much better um, back then. I mean, but anyway, but I think the best thing was Legends of the Hidden Temple. That was my favorite game show of all time. And the sad thing was, I was too young at the time to get on that show. And by the time the show went out, or rather, by the time I was old enough to get on the show was over. So you can only imagine my disappointment back then. So SpongeBob is good nowadays, but it's not as grand as the first 3 seasons. Yeah, exactly. But Nickelodeon was amazing back then. Oh, let me type it for everyone else that's watching this. Legends of the Hidden Temple. Sorry. Legends of the Hidden Temple. My bad. That show was just, oh my god. That was, yeah, I know they had a TV movie for it, but it just sucks compared to the original Legends of the Hidden Temple game show that they had. That was amazing. Cuz I mean, you had two kids per team and they each represented a color which in turn represented an animal. Like the green monkeys, the blue barracudas, the orange iguanas, the silver snakes, and the purple parrots, among others. For, I mean, you had Ducktales, the old Ducktales. That was awesome. Ohio will be eliminated. What? What's kind of Christopher Robin? What Cotton Network? What kind of what is that? But yeah, I'm happy that I remember classic Sonic with Jaleel White as Sonic. That was awesome. And then Christopher Robin, I think that was just I remember the old Winnie the Pooh cartoons back in the 90s. Those were great. So thank you very much, Jason, for opening up a can of worms. But what the hell's a Cotton Network? I've never heard of that. Well, let's see. I mean, Disney Channel now, it's I'm sorry, not very good. The last time I liked Disney was when it was under the JetX banner. The JetX banner. That had a lot of good stuff, but ever since they went away from it, it just hasn't been the same. In Cartoon Network, in the 90s, Cartoon Network was second to none. I mean, you had a lot of classic cartoons, you had a lot of cartoons that were coming out. Like, yeah, JetX was awesome, but then when they took it out, I'm like, come on, man. But yeah, I mean, Disney Channel was like I said, it was great back then, and it just fell by the wayside by the 2010s. So it was great. I mean, it was pretty good in the 90s. Don't get me wrong. But Cartoon Network was also great in the 90s as well because you had the classics, you had the Flintstones, Scooby Doo, the Jetsons, the Hanna Barbera cartoons. You had the Powerpuff Girls when they were brand new, and then uh, but no, I do remember VHS. It used to be that you got a videotape and you would put it into a video cassette player, a videotape cassette player, and then yeah, there were some good things about the 90s, but I mean there was a couple of things maybe not so great about the 90s. There were some things that you kind of want to forget. Same thing. I mean, but then again, every decade has its great moments, but it also has its moments that you just want to forget. Like the 1970s, you had uh, like the 1970s had the Watergate scandal, and then the 80s had the Cold War that could have broken out but never did. I hate when people say I don't know what VHS is. Exactly. I remember using a VCR. It was so weird. Yeah, because you used to have to rewind when I used VH. VHS tapes all the time when I was a little nugget. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, the 90s were great. Don't get me wrong. The Wiggles. Oh God. Oh no, the Wiggles. I mean, okay. I know some people don't like the Wiggles, but I mean, they're okay, but the Wiggles are funny. Yes. I only know a few people that remember the VHS. Well, you forget there are people much older than that know about it. I had Dora the Explorer on VHS. Shit. Oh God. Wow, Jason, you really opened up a can of worms. So thanks a lot, brother. And let me see what else. Well, if any, but yeah, thank you very much. I had so many VHS tapes when I was a kid. Yeah, back when the Moogle was just a little one. Or actually, Moogles are little in size for the most part. Fox and the Hound and oh yeah, I mean, I like Fox and the Hound, but Bambi will always be my favorite between the two of them. Opinion, I don't care about Atika. I'm sorry. I could care less. Not to say I don't like the guy, because he's a cool guy, but I just never really cared about him. Like, I never really knew him long enough to give you a proper opinion of him. So, I mean, I don't. So, I mean, he's okay. Like, I would recommend him over the Paul brothers anytime, but I really don't have a very good opinion on that one. Bambi made me cry like a little girl. I remember I used to cry too when Bambi. I mean, actually, it's not really much of a spoiler since it's a really old movie. I remember when he lost his mother, he was just. I don't know. I just cried. Because you could feel his pain. Speaking of that, Jason, would you like to have a match with the Pauls with a partner of your choice? Well, I guess if people like Atika, I guess maybe I should take a look at him and see about that. I never. Who are those? Wait, I can't even pronounce that, Jason. His streams are fun to watch. All right, I'll check him out then. In films that made me cry. But yeah, Bambi made it's hard not to cry as far as Bambi was concerned. When I'm in shape, I'd love to. Oh, it. I can't even pronounce that either. It to get. He's a living meme. KSN and Comedy Shorts Gamer. Oh, well, I don't have those guys, so I can't even put them in the match. But yeah, people are really saying WWE is fake in 2018. Well, do you believe it's fake? And I'm not saying if this is not a right or wrong question. It's what do you think, Insane One? Because how you look at it and how someone else looks at it is completely different. Because how I look at it may not be the same as how you look at it. So that's interesting to watch. All right. I'll check them out, and if I like them, great. We'll go from there. See, it has always been, but people are pointing the obvious because they're dumb. It's fake, but I watch it. Yeah, I meant WWE. Yeah, yeah. Personally, I watch it because it is entertainment, and if I didn't enjoy it at face value, I wouldn't watch it. That's the thing. But yeah, but like I said, you know, yeah, yeah, John's right. You don't have to do it, but I appreciate the thought though. But yeah, it's just something that you enjoy, but it's entertainment. But that's what it is. I mean, who doesn't miss him? But I mean, if he's happy where he is, then who am I to disagree with him? But if he wants to come back, I would love to see him come back. I will just say that the Mewtwo one is better, son. Okay, cool, cool. I gotta say, you guys are keeping me on my toes as far as coming up with stuff to talk about. So I appreciate that very much. So, oh yeah, that. Okay. Imagine the pops. Yeah, but yeah, I do miss AJ. Although, or AJ Lee, I should say, not AJ Styles, um, but yeah, AJ Lee and Punk. If they do come back, I mean, because I do have them on my game, but well, I mean, well, I don't think it's dying because it doesn't have Punk. It's dying because it's only as strong as the person running the company, and that's Vince McMahon. Because he's running the show, his vision is outdated considerably. So much so that he's out of touch. Which is why when you watch NXT and 205 Live and the UK and the UK installments from WWE, that's because it's run by Triple H. He runs those shows, whereas Raw and SmackDown are run by Vince. So and the fact that Vince, hasn't really been good, especially as the years gone on, as I hate to say it, but he's trying way too hard, and his vision is just it's not what it used to be. When you get older, you don't work as well as you used to, and I mean, I would just hate to think that if my brain started to not work as well, that I would. But yeah, I think Triple H would run the show a lot better, because he's already done a great job with the UK, NXT, and 205 Live. I mean, Cena has been long overdue. It's just a matter of actually doing it. But I don't think it has anything to do with Punk, because Punk, yeah, Punk, he could come back. But if Vince is still there, then Vince can't. Then it would just be like where Punk was when before he last left. Because Punk was talking about how you know he was not given the respect that. Uh, okay, well, not a problem, Insane One. We'll have a good time. Um, I might see you later, maybe. Yeah, Vince McMahon. Uh, like I said, even if Punk does come back, it's not really going to change all that much. And for CM Punk, it's just going to be right back where he was. Floating in the mid card, maybe an occasional match in the main event, but not treated as the main event wrestler that he should be treated as. And when he needed a break, he wasn't given one. Yeah, and even if Triple H does take over, I highly doubt that Punk will come back because of the fact that Triple H didn't really appreciate the stuff that he talked about with Vince, out of respect for Vince, from Triple H. But never say never. But and plus, I don't even know if he'll ever come back. But if he does, I'll be happy. But it's got to be under the right circumstances, and a lot will have to happen in order for Punk to be convinced that, hey, it's different. So if Punk does come back, it'll probably be in New Japan or Ring of Honor or something like that. Because I could see that more likely being the case than WWE. I'm gonna just say that right there. But no, WWE is not dying because Punk is not there. So that's the answer to that question there. So yes. Okay, got about 10 minutes left to go. Um, so I got 10 more minutes. Because I mean, I could go on, but I don't think I have the voice to continue. And plus, I might want to do something else. And I understand that uh, Mr. McNugget might want to talk to me about something though. Which, anybody. I'm willing to see anybody do it. Sonic. I mean, if it's legit, cool. But I mean, if it's part of an angle, then it really won't matter all that much. But then again, what do I know? But I would not mind really. Well, thank you very much, Jason, and I appreciate you coming in. And who knows, I'll be doing a stream later on as well. So I hope to see you there. But thank you. Okay, but thank you. Which Ben 10 do I like? The original. I'm not that big of a Ben 10 fan, but oh yeah, that's true. I don't. That is true. I do want to do the stream like of mine not long after this because I want to enjoy the rest of my night off. To be honest with you, and plus, some people have other stuff they want to do later on, so we'll see. But the original Ben 10 is my favorite, without question. Um, but aside from that, though, I hope your stream does pretty well. Um, but I mean, if you have to stream at the same time that I stream, by all means, go for it. You're not going to hurt my feelings. So no need to worry about it, my friend. Let's see. Looks like we're down to 2, but well, like I said, thank you very much. Oh, I'm saying it if it were a coincidence. Okay. Well, that could be true. That could be true. But nonetheless, though, thank you so much for coming over, and thank you for asking me a bunch of questions. If you are coming in and you didn't see this, or if you want to see an encore session of this, I might do another one for when I get to 800 subscribers. So we'll do that then. I just picked 777 because it's a lucky number, and when I got to 700 last time, I was in the middle of a transition from my old job to my current job, so I couldn't have done it then. But yeah, next time I ever do a subscriber Q&A, it'll be for 800 subscribers. So we'll do that. Are you getting Sonic Mania Plus Encore Mode DLC for Sonic Mania? Well, that's a good question. I might consider that, but I got to beat the game first. I mean, what good is Sonic Mania Plus if I can't even beat the main game? But I'm considering it though. And like you said, I might learn something from you as to how to beat the boss but of course, as you know, getting to the boss and beating the boss are two completely different things. And getting there can be just as difficult as beating the boss, but I appreciate that. The question though, that is. So yeah, as I mentioned before, next subscriber Q&A, it'll be for 800 subscribers, and like I said, thank you very much for everybody that came in. There were some people that were unable to make it, uh, either due to time zones or let's see, the four-armed boss, of course. Well, it's not much of a spoiler since I'm there, but oh, I see. Yeah, that could be a spoiler. I only did that just to avoid the spoiler. You know, but that was just to avoid the spoiler. Everything else is cool. All right. Well, thank you, Iron, and thank you, Sonic, for staying. And I will see you guys in a little bit when I do my usual streams. Until then, this is TehJew22 signing off. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys later. Iron, Sonic, and everyone that has come in, thank you very much. Not a problem. That's pretty cool, guys. And just keep doing what you're doing. Just be you, man. But I hope you do get more subscribers, Iron. But have a good day, everybody.